In the quiet village of Umwogu, life moved as slowly as the red dust that drifted along its narrow roads. Palm trees swayed in the warm breeze, goats wandered the paths, and the laughter of children filled the square every evening. Among the families of Umwogu lived Nnamdi Okeke. Years ago, he was a man of respect. Strong, hardworking, and proud, a successful palm oil trader who supplied the busy markets of Enugu and Onitsha. But time has a way of revealing character. Stubborn pride, a taste for the bottle, and a series of careless decisions eroded his life. The money vanished, the customers faded, and the respect he once commanded was replaced by a hollow bitterness. Nnamdi traded his business for a stool at the local bar, drowning his failure in palm wine. Yet, from the ashes of his ruin, his two sons rose. Chinedu, the elder, became a disciplined civil engineer. Obinna, the younger, a clever businessman with a growing fleet of transport buses. The village took notice. They whispered, "Nnamdi may have failed, but his sons are blessings." At first, Nnamdi felt a flicker of pride. But slowly, that pride twisted into something darker. Envy. Months passed. Chinedu's new house began to rise above the landscape, tiled floors, large glass windows, painted walls. It was a monument to success, visible for all to see. The villagers gathered daily to admire it. But for Nnamdi, the house was not a gift. It was a mirror reflecting his own failure. One evening, sitting alone with a bottle of cheap gin, he watched the bright walls of his son's house from the shadows. The structure seemed to mock him. A toxic thought took root in his mind: a father should be greater than his sons. And in that moment, he decided he would not be outdone. One rainy evening, the air thick with thunder, Chinedu and Obinna returned home. They sat in the house, talking excitedly about the future, buying more buses, building more homes. Outside, in the shadows, Nnamdi stood waiting. His mind was a storm of years of bitterness, his heart hardened into stone. In his hand, he held a machete. He walked into the room. The brothers looked up, surprised. "Papa?" Chinedu asked. There was no answer. Only the swing of the blade. Shouts. Confusion. Fear. Then, a heavy, suffocating silence. The man who once dreamed of a proud family had destroyed it with his own hands. The next morning, the village woke to a nightmare. Neighbors gathered, faces frozen in horror. The police found Nnamdi sitting quietly under a mango tree in the compound. He did not run. He did not resist. When asked what happened, he spoke with chilling, hollow calm. "They wanted to be greater than me." The news ripped through the region. It was a tragedy that defied understanding. A father's jealousy had eclipsed his love. In the courtroom in Enugu, the silence was absolute. The villagers spoke of the sons who had only ever tried to lift their father up. When it was finally Nnamdi's turn to speak, his voice trembled. "I was blind with pride," he whispered. "I believed my sons had taken my place in the world. But now I know, they were only trying to lift me up." The judge delivered the verdict, a life sentence. As Nnamdi was taken away, the bitterness was gone, replaced by a weight far heavier: regret. Back in Umwogu, the beautiful house still stands under the African sun. But its doors remain closed. It serves as a haunting warning to all who pass by: envy can destroy the strongest family, and pride, when left unchecked, turns love into tragedy.